this morning, the fire was taking an eastern approach. It was in Sullivan Canyon, and then it started to spot ahead of itself. I think you were on the area. We saw some of those small spot fires where it started to establish itself in Mandeville Canyon. Once it got established in Mandeville Canyon, it became what's called a terrain-driven fire, and that terrain just goes directly south. Mandeville Canyon starts in the north about Encino and heads directly south, and the mouth of it on the southern end is right into Brentwood. So you're watching a fire that doesn't necessarily follow the path of the wind direction, because now it's making its own weather and its own wind, and it's chewing up the topography that's in its way, and just right directed towards Brentwood. The fortunate thing about that is the fire department obviously has prepared for that motion and movement, and so in all these neighborhoods in the mouth of Mandeville Canyon are filled with firemen. They've directed all the water drops to this area, and we're fortunate enough to have the Encino Reservoir so close where the load and return is just within minutes. But let me just back out for a second here, and you'll just see how big this fire, it just looks and has grown. And notice the plume. The plume of smoke was going towards the north earlier in the fire, and now it's changed directions. It's going towards the south. And that's what I mean by being terrain driven and pointing towards the south, and now it's actually creating its own weather. So this southern flank is what we're worried about. I'll go to the right a little bit. You'll see north where you see these the smoke here. That's like Mulholland Highway, and here's Encino, and then we're coming back towards, there's the canyons, the Sullivan Canyon and Mandeville Canyon. Where the fire's most established right now is in Sullivan Canyon. And so you see, this is where now the firefight is gonna happen. You'll see a lot of aerial tankers, fixed-wing aircraft are being ordered up right now, and every helicopter they have available is being thrown at this to stop this forward progress.
Jeez, it is chilling to watch that, knowing the potential of the damage and the loss. These multi-million-dollar homes up there in Brentwood. And Marcel, really, you did what I was going to ask you to do, which is give us a lay of the land, letting our viewers know you are such an asset. Previously, you were a firefighter EMT, so you come from that perspective. And show us again real quick, if you can, the Getty Villa, the 405, that perspective. That's down to the bottom left of the screen, correct?
Right. This is where Getty is. We're quite a ways away from Getty. And, you know, here's the 405, here's Getty, and as I open up and pan to the right, you'll see this is where I'm talking about. This is where, actually, this is Sullivan Canyon and Mandeville Canyon. Now, I want you to notice something. Remember, we talked about these fires on Tuesday that were actually fueled by the high winds. This is where it's going to be a grace for the firefighters right now. Without the high winds, they're able to get in position and prepare. Now, not saying that it's not going to be impacted, but look at how many firemen are here and they're ready to go. They are at a moment's notice. They are ready to spring into action. They're watching this fire, and this is what we predicted the fire was going to do when we knew it hit Mandeville Canyon. So this is not a surprise, and I want to say a word of caution to the Brentwood people that if you're still in Brentwood, you need to evacuate.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.